We are back on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio, News Talk, 1180, 1230, KGEO, 1410, KERI, 1000 KKIM in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and now 3 times on the Internet on knookmedia.com, serving Richmond, Oakland, and the San Francisco Bay Area. We have a very, very special guest on the phone with us right now, Coach Dick Vermeil, the Rose Bowl winning coach for the UCLA Bruins, and he won a Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams. And he is going to be in town on April 26th for the Honor Flight Gala event, which is a very special event here in Bakersfield. Anybody interested in tickets, the phone number to call is 661-221-1819. I highly recommend this event. We're going to have an auction that event too, Coach. I'm going to be the auctioneer. So,
great.
Yeah, so you and I will have a little bit of fun with that.
I think they're auctioning off a date with you.
That'd be a waste of time.
Well, you know, it's funny. Kelly, who's in charge of it, was going to, let's see, did she text me this? No, she hasn't sent it to me yet. But they're going to auction off, see if I remember this right, a shotgun from, what's that, the bearded guys?
Oh, the Duck Dynasty Group.
The Duck Dynasty
yes.
Group.
He's going to sign it, but it's a shotgun that he used.
Yeah, that I guess the list price on this thing is, you know, like $10,000 or $15,000. So that's going to be a big event. We're going to auction off on the 26th. So that phone number again is 661-221-1819. So, Coach, you won a Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams, and that particular team didn't start out that well that year, did it?
Well, that year started out fine because we won 6 straight. But the 2 years prior to that, we were a losing football team.
Mm-hmm. And that's the team that Koerner ended up being the. Who was it? Was it okay? I'm going by memory here. Let's see if I remember this right.
Yeah, you're right.
Trent Green used to be. Trent Green was the quarterback, and then he got hurt.
He got hurt preseason game. Yeah, right. You're right.
And Kurt came in from the arena football program, I believe. I used to own, or I was one of the owners of the arena football team here in Bakersfield for a few years. Not a good investment.
I think they're going pretty strong now. They're getting better. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I enjoyed that brand of football. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Now, Coach, did you get a ring from both the winning the Super Bowl as well as winning the national championship? Were the rings involved?
Yes, you get a ring. The only thing the game you lose, it doesn't say world champion on it. It says NFC champion.
Oh, okay. But you've got 3 rings then, I think, is where he was going. You got one for winning the Rose Bowl, you got one for winning the Super Bowl, and you got one for being in the Super Bowl, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's awesome. And which one's got the biggest diamond?
Well, the winning one.
Well,
good. You know, because it was 20 years later. They were spending more money on the rings, and even though there are restrictions on how much you can spend, the owners spend the maximum, and they do a beautiful job with them.
You're probably tired of wearing that, so why don't we auction it off at the Honor Flight program?
I don't wear it very often. They're too big. I wear it when I go to events because there's a lot of people that have never seen one,
right?
And they get excited about seeing it. Around here, I wear my eagle ring probably more than I do my ram ring.
Wow. Yeah, that'll be fun to watch when you come out. A couple things I wanted to hit before we leave. One of the things is you've got, and I understand you've done something really gracious, and you've got a couple wineries, and you've donated the wine to all of the tables at the Honor Flight Gala event. That was very special. But tell us about your wineries. How'd you get into that?
Well, I was born and raised in Calistoga in the Napa Valley, and I grew up helping my grandfather Vermeil make our family wines, and I never lost the interest. Mm-hmm. And my dad's best friends were all in the vineyard business. My dad was running a garage, and with the Freddie Annie Vineyard was my dad's best friend, and his wife was my babysitter when I was born. So the interest started long before football. But that's not true in that we're donating all the wines, but I appreciate the plug.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that wasn't a hint or anything. I mean, you're doing so much for us already.
We're trying to take everything from him. I want his ring, his wine. I want it all.
We're not too greedy, are we?
I'm not sure of the details on it. I'm sure Don Levisi, who is a limited partner and a Calistoga guy and my close friend, that we went to grammar school and high school together, and our families were friends all the way back to grandparents. So he's sort of the go-between between me out here in the East and the Bakersfield contingent there, and he's getting that wine side of it organized, but I'm sure they're giving it to him as good a price as we can. Yes.
Sure, yeah, and I think he lives here in Bakersfield, if I remember right? I haven't met him.
Right,
but yeah.
Lives in Bakersfield, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so he's a local guy here.
Yeah, speaking of local guys, one of my best friend all through college and captain of our football team at San Jose State. Harville Pollard lives there in Bakersfield.
Oh, wow.
And I'm very, very excited about being able to come and see him and the family.
Yeah, that'll be special.
So you went to San Jose State?
Yes.
Is that the only college you went to?
I went to Napa College. You know, like Harville went to Bakersfield College, I went to Napa College.
Did you play football?
Yep.
All right. I maybe thought you just...
He was a lot better player than I was, but we were on the team together, and we were in the starting lineup my senior year. He was a starter for 2 years.
Our guest by phone is Coach Dick Vermeil, who is going to be the speaker at an Honor Flight Gala event on April 26th. Phone number for anybody who'd like to buy tickets is 661-221-1819. Coach, in doing a little research for the interview, I noticed something that I know you do a lot of speaking. You're out there on the speaking lecture tour. And I was fascinated by your 7 common sense principles of leadership. I guess that's one of your talks. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, you know what I did, guys, is as I went through coaching, you form a philosophy of teaching and coaching and working with people, not only your players, but your coaching staff, your administrative staff, your ownership. And I started writing it down, for my coaches. And then when I got a coaching, I started writing it down as a presentation. And I don't do a lot of speaking anymore. I enjoy it. It gives me a team to coach for an hour or so. But it's fun. And I'm a fanatic studier of leadership concepts and principles, and I keep revising mine monthly as I learn how to express it better and learn from other people. But, I've always said common sense is not always common practice when it comes to leadership. And so I took that, made it into a title, and I talk about the things that are important to me in leadership as they applied to the people I was around.
Did you ever have an opportunity at UCLA to meet Coach Wooden?
Oh, yeah. I knew him well. Half of what I learned is from him.
I think he's such an awesome guy.
Next to mine. I'm an old man, but not as old as John, God bless him. But, no, I spent a lot of time with him.
He had the pyramid of success that I always referred to
right.
many times.
Yeah.
So your program, I guess, is similar in many ways. And did you use that with your players to motivate them at all?
Oh, yeah. I studied John Wooden when he was at UCLA, and I was there for 3 years, once as an assistant and 2 years as a head coach. He retired as, I think, my second year there, but he was always around there. And I used to have him speak to my coaching staff, and I'd spent time with him often, and I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, he was a great individual and a great coach.
Yes, he was.
As you were.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
So
definitely.
what are you doing now, Coach?
Well, I do a lot of work in the wine business. I worked all day yesterday in Philadelphia Marketplace making calls on restaurants, and tonight I have a meal wine dinner out at a country club. We're a little small outfit there in Calistoga. People should go online. Just Google Vermeil Wines, and they'll find out what we're all about. But we make good wines. They win awards. This year we're making about 2,400 cases of wine, but we've made up to 5,000 cases of wine.
Wow.
We formed the hobby of making wine into a business in 2008. I'd been making wine for fun for a long time. First bottling really being about 1999. But it was just a hobby, and we turned that hobby into a full-fledged process of producing quality wines from the Freddie Annie Vineyard. Paul Smith is our winemaker, and he does a great job. We have a tasting room in Calistoga, right on Lincoln Avenue, and we have one on 1st Street, 1018 1st Street in Napa.
Now, Coach is going to be here on April 26th. He'll be the main speaker at the Honor Flight Gala event. If you want to find out more information and get tickets, it's 661-221-1819. Coach, talking about legends like Wooden, like Coach Wooden, who I had the opportunity to meet one time, you worked for another phenomenal coach, and that was George Allen for the Rams. I didn't realize that until I was doing a little research.
Yeah, in fact, I just saw his son, who's the general manager of the Redskins, Bruce Allen, last week at a function here in Philadelphia. George was a big influence on me, and I only worked for him a year because I left and went to UCLA. But we stayed friends, and he used to come to my training camps back here in Philadelphia and spend time when he was out of coaching. So he impacted my life as a coach and a person.
Well, one of his other son, George Allen, who ran for president once upon a time, is going to be a guest on our show sometime in the next couple of months. I've been talking to him via Facebook. We're trying to line up a time. But I remember when they played in those days at the Coliseum. I used to you know, as a teenager, you used to go down there and watch them. About the time you were coaching for them down in the old Coliseum.
I was assistant there in '69, then again '71, '72, and '73.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's when the Raiders were there. I was a season ticket holder there, and I just love the Coliseum. I mean, it's old, it's run down, it doesn't have any box seats.
It's like Marty.
Yeah, thank you.
Old and run down.
It's just a great place to watch a ball game. There's just something about the history there. I was there for the Olympics.
It does have a great history.
Yeah, it really is. Again, the coach is going to be here on April 26th for the Honor Flight Gala event. And the phone number again is 661-221-1819.
I'm looking forward to this. Yep. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Coach.
Yeah, we get to meet.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I hope people come to support the program because it's really worthwhile to be able to put some guys on an airplane and let them go fly them to Washington, D.C. and see the monument, all the memorials there, honoring them and their sacrifices. It's a great event.
And we've got a great team here in Bakersfield.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting all of them.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Dick Vermeil, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio News Talk 1180.